What up, squad? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, Team Taurus. We are going to get into the August mid-month spread. So this will be from August 15th to September 15th. Okay. For those of you that have been wanting personal readings, I do have it down to a 1 to 2 day wait. Okay, so I have been working adamantly at home. So knock on wood, I hope the wait time can stay down that much. Okay. So let's see what is going on for squad. Let me move this back, guys. There we go. All right. What is going on for Taurus? August 15th to September 15th. All right, squad. Let's see how this retrograde is about to hit us. All right, we got past, present, and future. All right, so let's dig in. Let's see what's going on. Okay, guys. So the energy for this is the World card. Hello, Swayze. I was wondering if you were gonna come by. So the World card. So this is all about a chapter in our life that is ending with a new one that's coming in. Now, I really like that because especially with this retrograde, and I've been telling the other signs that this is something that is going to literally rip out things that is not good for you. Okay, and it's going to bring good things into your life, things that are kind of meant for you. Okay, so this is just a time of cleaning. So if you feel like any heartaches, because I know, especially with Taurus, where there's a lot of stubbornness that comes from us. So I feel that right now, it might shake some Tauruses up just a bit because we're not good with rapid, sudden change. But shit happens and we get through it, okay? So we have the World card where, again, something new is happening. And you may have come to a realization that something that, a chapter that you're closing was just a waste of time. I don't think anything is ever a waste of time. I think that, there's lessons in everything. So let's just see how this plays out. Okay, guys, so the first card you have for the past is the Strength card. So for some of you, you could have been dealing with a Leo. For some of you, you could have just been going through something in your life that required a lot of resiliency and endurance on your part. Okay. 9 of Swords in the reverse. So there's something that you're being very strong about, and you're coming to a place that you're no longer worried about it anymore. Okay. And there could have been something that you were kind of like at a standstill with the 2 of Swords upright. So it's like having to choose between 2 things. It could be 2 different decisions. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I want this person? Do I want that person? So it's just something that you have to make a choice between 2 things. And you're just really taking your time. Look at how, strongly the Taurus element comes out here. So with all these pentacles, I feel that for a lot of you, money is the motive, or was the motive for the past. Because, with the Page of Pentacles, this is talking about something new that you want to bring in, but it's usually something money related. So there could be ideas that you're thinking about. With the Knight of Pentacles, there's not just ideas, there's action. Okay? And with the 9 of Pentacles, this could show a lot of single Tauruses who are just worried about their money and nothing else. But this could just show, finally getting some payback for things that you may have put a lot of time into or a lot of energy into. Okay? Now, the next card here is the Moon card in the reverse. So the Moon card in the reverse is all about seeing clarity to the situation and healing from anything that may have gone wrong in that situation. But it's just like having everything out on the table. And with this clarity, there's somebody that, you choose to move away from. Somebody that you were emotionally invested in. They're mowing the lawn outside, so I apologize if you guys have any trouble hearing me. I'll try to be loud. All right, we have the Chariot, where this could have been something that happened really abruptly. Okay? I want to throw a rock at this guy outside. But I'm kidding. I don't want to do that. But I feel that this is something that happened rapidly, where it's like you came to a realization of something. And it's like, oh, shit. Okay, well, now it's time for me to go. So this could have been something that happened abruptly, since the Chariot is the fastest, one of the fastest moving energies in the deck, if not the fastest. Now, the last card you guys have for the past is the Six of Wands in the reverse. So it's like you come to a clarity about a situation. It's something that happens abruptly, and you have to turn your back and, walk away from someone, but it's not something that you feel or that you felt good about. With the Seven of Wands, although you don't feel proud about it, you're standing firmly with your decision, just like any stubborn old Taurus would, okay? I love you. I'm stubborn too. Don't worry about it. All right, and we have the King of Swords in the reverse. So for some of you, it could have been an air sign that was just acting the fuck up. Somebody who came, or just someone in general who became cold, distant, hard to reach. Someone that you just couldn't communicate with. Someone who was extremely self-seeking. Now, the first card we have for the present moment is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So again, I feel that someone's just getting cut off, and you're just standing firmly by that decision. And with something getting cut off, something new is beginning. Okay? Now, whatever this new beginning is, it's, it could be in terms of money because it is a pentacle, but this is just something that is going to be very stable, very long-lasting for you if you let it be. What up, homie? Okay? Someone's getting cut out, but someone's coming in too. Alright? Yeah, someone got cut off and someone else is, yeah, that's what I see. Or for some of you, maybe there's a job or a situation that you left behind, you have to cut it out, but there's a new opportunity coming, and it's going to be something that's emotionally fulfilling for you. Now, the next card is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. There's two different ways you could look at this. You could look at it as, this is a tough situation that brought a lot of conflict, and you just feel defeated, you feel tired. You don't know if you want to keep going with this. Or you could be like Jon Snow going for the Night King. For those who don't watch Game of Thrones, watch it because it's awesome. But you could be the type of person that's just like being extra resilient, holding their sword in the air and just saying like, I got this. Let's do this. This might have shaken me up a bit, but I'm good. I'm solid. I've been through worse. Okay? And for some, there could be a water sign that's significant for you here. But with the Queen of Cups, I see just a lot of love, a lot of nurturing, good feelings. It's also healing as well, okay? Anytime you see water in any of these cards, that does promote and mean healing as well. So I think you're just getting through something with your sword in the air, being resilient like Tauruses are. And, coming into a place of love, self-love, or maybe literal love, maybe someone, because, there is something new coming in, guys. All right? And this is going to be a path that you're very intrigued about taking. Something that you're passionate. I can't read if you take the cards off. Okay? Thank you. So, yeah, just a path that you really want to take. Now, the next card here is the Devil card in the reverse. So, honestly, guys, there's somebody that was cut off. You didn't feel good about it, but you dodged the bullet, okay? You dodged the bullet. You're coming out of what could have been a toxic situation, or what would have been a toxic situation had you stayed in it. And you're realizing that, and you're like, yo, I'm not gonna leave myself like second guessing myself. I'm not gonna be in my head about this. I'm gonna move forward. What's not for me, it's just not for me. I'm not gonna force anything. All right, we have the Tower card in the reverse. So yeah, there's a big change with someone else in your life. This change is something that is affecting you, but it's affecting you in a really good way, because there's love coming in, there's abundance coming in, there's nurturing coming in, there's passion coming in, and you're coming to this place that you're not in your head about things anymore. Maybe if you're like second guessing yourself, or you're trying to figure out what's the best path to take, or if you are on the right path, I feel like whoever's coming in is just, they're bringing a much lighter energy to you. Even if it's something that's not even love related, it could just be, a friend, a family member, but someone that they have your back and you feel good about having them around. Now, the first card for the future is the Ten of Wands. I think I just got a mosquito bite. Welcome to Florida. Okay. So with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, it's letting go of burdens, letting go of anything that weighed heavily on you. because you know that it would have been unstable. Okay, you know that there wasn't going to be happiness here. All right, and like, you know, typical Taurus, you're going to bury yourself in work. You're going to still keep moving forward. This could be literally, you know, going to work, making money, you know, making sure that you're producing. Or it could just be working on yourself, working on the goals that you had before this person or situation came in and shook you up for a bit. Now, next card for your future is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's a lot of burdens being let go. There's good things coming in here. Okay? And you could have a lot of options as to how you can move forward. Okay? The Seven of Cups, it can be about illusions, but being next to the Five of Cups in the reverse, which is healing from a place where you felt some sort of loss, whether it be financial, emotional, I just feel that in the future, you're going to see so many options, so many different ways, and it's like, why am I stressing when I have the world in front of me? Like, I have everything at my fingertips. You guys don't need anyone else in order to get things done, okay? Just yourself. That's it. With the Three of Wands in the reverse, there's something that you may have been waiting on that's not coming in, or you may just choose not to go towards a certain direction. But it's like you're not stressing whatever it was that didn't work out for you the way that you wanted it to. The last card for your future is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So it could be you, or it could be somebody else who's very bitter about the outcome of a situation. The Queen of Swords in the reverse, not only is she bitter, but she's acting petty too. But there's someone here who's happy. Let me get one more card to clarify. Okay. I'm going to have to get another card here. Let's see what's going on, Taurus. So, Taurus, you're going to be one of two people. There's going to be someone bitter, but there's going to be someone who's happy. The position you lie in, it's going to be different for everybody. We have the Temperance card in the reverse, the Hanging Man, where it's kind of like being in limbo, not knowing how to move forward. Somebody who's being bitter, but someone who's just like, life is good. You know, let me get one more card here to clarify, because I really want to see how this is going to work out. Could be something that involves secrets. Okay, Three of Pentacles in the reverse could start arguments. Arguments could start. This could be a third-party situation, maybe for some of you. Hermit card in the reverse, moving forward from a situation. King of Cups in the reverse, because somebody is just being unreliable. There's someone who's passionate here, but there's also someone who's unreliable. I think this just may be, stop it, this may be someone that you're dealing with, maybe someone that you're dating. It's so hard for me to read Taurus, because I try not to apply my life to it, because I'm just like, well, I know I'm not going to be sad over anything, so who am I fucking over in the future, you know? So, yeah, it's going to go either way, you know, either you guys are going to get the short end of something, or you're going to give someone the short end of something, okay? So, let's see, guys, let me pull you an Earth Magic Oracle card. Swayze, I'm going to sell you if you keep doing this, huh? I'm kidding, I wouldn't sell you. So let's see what advice there is for Taurus. For those just tuning in, this is the Earth Magic Oracle deck by Stephen D. Farmer. What advice is there for Taurus from August 15th to September 15th? I am not a toy. August 15th to December. I said December, September 15th. Oh, and Squad. I'll ask you guys. I mean to ask the other signs too, but I just thought about it today, and you guys are the first reading I'm doing today. So I want to start doing other personal readings, things that I haven't done before. Right now I'm doing them monthly, the mid-months, and I'm doing love readings. If there's any other readings that you guys suggest me do, I am looking for, you know, another avenue to go into. So yeah, just shoot some suggestions, and I'll listen to you guys, and whichever one gets the most thumbs up, I'll go ahead and do it. So you guys will be my guinea pigs for this, okay? Emergence is the card that we have. Dragonfly, emergence. Can I have like 3 minutes? Okay. In the stages of the life cycle of a dragonfly, once the egg is laid upon a floating plant or dropped into the water, it gestates, hatches, and may remain for up to 4 years in this larval form called a nymph. This is a precursor to the dragonfly. Dragonflies skip the cocoon stage, moving from egg directly to nymph. At some point, the nymph climbs onto a rock or leaf and there emerges from its former body and takes on the shape and character of the adult dragonfly. This radiant being then proceeds to illuminate our eyes and hearts as we witness its dramatic colors and magical dance along the surface of the water. In this card, we see a nature goddess. Like the dragonfly, emerging from the water, her hair braided with vines dotted with flowers. She is surrounded by dragonflies and is one with the vibrant plant life thriving in the pond. The goddess emerges from her gestation in the water transformed from a renewed sense of power and purpose. You are in an intense process of emergence into the next cycle of your life. Unlike more gradual shifts in awareness you have experienced, this one is happening quite rapidly and came on somewhat unexpectedly, without any pauses for contemplation or indecision. You may even think that you are unprepared for such dramatic changes in your life, yet you are prepared and you can put to use the experiences and wisdom you have accumulated up to now. Life is demanding that you move into the next stage of maturity. This requires you to adjust your thinking about yourself, others, and your community. It calls for you to shed yet another layer of your ego-filled defenses and let go of any illusions of being less than who you are. This period of emergence is one of broadened consciousness and heightened perceptual capacities. And since it is inevitable, it is best to surrender to the flow and allow yourself to gracefully move into the next cycle of your life. All right, guys. So some Tauruses take things better than others. I feel that there's different levels of evolved Tauruses. There's some of us that we really need to get down the whole adaptability part of life where things can change really quickly, and some of us are better than others when it comes to that. I think it's important to come to a point to know that there's nothing in this world that you can control except yourself. So you have to be able to, roll with the punches that are coming in. And like I said, Tauruses don't like sudden change. But this is a time in your life where whether it's uncomfortable or not, this is something that you have to adapt to because there's new shit coming in and you got to be ready for it. And with Tauruses, we can handle anything. It's one of the most hardworking signs, if not the most hardworking sign. So, we're not a sign that is afraid to pull up our sleeves and get to hard work. And, I think that anytime we have a new opportunity, anything that takes you out of your comfort zone is worth doing. If you're scared going into something, that's probably a good thing. I mean, as long as it's not like going to a stranger's house or something like that, then please don't do it. But if there's an opportunity where it's like you're scared of your own success, because that's what the problem is. A lot of people, they see, like when they're trying to accomplish something, it's not so much that they don't think they can do it. I think it's more they're afraid to succeed. Because I don't think there's anything scarier than having your dreams come true. Because it's like now you have the responsibility of this big thing you had in your head. So this is good because I feel like for the past few years, Taurus has gotten the short end of a lot of shit. All right. I love doing readings for you guys because I feel, we connect. I get it. I know how shit has gone. I feel like we've been in a retrograde for like the past 8 years, honestly. But it's our time, guys. It's our time now. It's our time for emergence. We have the horns nice and shined and ready to go, ready to fuck up anything that gets into our path. But this is going to be something that's really good. All right? So emergence, Taurus. Y'all got this. All right? Out with the old, in with the new. Let's do this. Squad.